Okay, so this is our first example applying trigonometric substitution. And what I want you to pay attention to is the form of the integrand. We have in the denominator square root of a sum of perfect squares. And so this is consistent with the form that looks as follows. If we have square root of a squared plus x squared, then we substitute x equals a tangent theta, and we convert the integral to an integral with respect to theta. That's going to mean that we're also going to have to replace the dx, the differential with respect to x. So let's get started with this example. And it is in this form where a is equal to 5, since a squared is 25. So our substitution will be, let x equal 5 tangent theta, and dx, the differential dx, will be the derivative of x times d theta. So that will be 5 secant squared theta d theta. And now we're going to write the integral in terms of theta. So let's see, that's going to be equal to the integral of 1 over the square root of 25 plus x squared. So x is 5 tangent theta, and we'll square that within the square root. And then dx is 5 secant squared theta d theta in terms of theta. Let's work on what we have within the square root. So we have the square root in the denominator of 25. I'm going to go ahead and square 5 tangent theta to get 25 tangent squared theta. And we can't pull anything out here outside of the square root when we have a sum, but we can change the sum to a product so that we can take the square root of a product of perfect squares. So I'm going to rewrite this as the square root, factor out of 25, and then we'll have 1 plus tangent squared theta. Now, 1 plus tangent squared theta is one of our Pythagorean identities. This is equal to secant squared theta. And so we'll have the square root of 25 secant squared theta, which we can now take the square root to get 5 secant theta. So this is our denominator. All right, let's get back to our integral. So we have the integral of 1 over, in the denominator we have 5 secant theta, and this is times 5 secant squared theta d theta. So here you can see that the 5's will cancel, and one of the secants also cancels out. So we have the integral of secant theta d theta. Okay, now in the previous section you might have seen that the integral of secant is equal to the natural log of the absolute value of secant theta plus tangent theta. And this is an indefinite integral, so we're going to add our arbitrary constant, and we've done the integral. Now, what we need to do at this point is we need to rewrite our solution in terms of x, because right now our solution is in terms of theta, and theta is really an intermediate variable so that we could integrate. And so to be able to write this back in terms of theta, we're going to go up and look at our original substitution, which gives us the relationship between x and theta. So we know that x is equal to 5 tangent theta. All right, so if we solve here for tangent, we're going to have one part of our solution, the tangent theta part, in terms of x. So here we can see that if we divide both sides by 5, tangent theta will be equal to x divided by 5. Now, we also need to figure out what secant of theta is. And to do that, we have a relationship, right? This is the relationship between theta and x. And these two variables are related through a trigonometric identity or definition. the fact that tangent of the angle theta is x over 5, and we know that tangent is the ratio of the opposite side of an acute right triangle to the adjacent side. So let's draw that triangle and see how we might make sense of, or how we might find secant of theta. So this relationship that tangent theta is x over 5, if we label our acute angle theta, we can see that remember that tangent is the opposite side across from the acute angle divided by the adjacent side. And we know that this ratio has to be x to 5. So I'm going to label the opposite side of theta x and the adjacent side of theta 5. And we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the hypotenuse, which actually will be the same square root that we started with. But let's go ahead and find that. I'm going to label the hypotenuse little c. So we know that x squared plus 5 squared, which is 25, has to be c squared. And if I take the square root of both sides, we have that c is the square root of x squared plus 25. So I'm going to go ahead and label the hypotenuse with what we have found to be the value of c, which is the square root of x squared plus 25. And you might notice that that is the original root that we had in the integrand. And so now we can find secant. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So since cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, secant theta is going to be the hypotenuse divided by the adjacent side. So the hypotenuse is the square root of x squared plus 25 from our triangle divided by the adjacent side, which is 5. So our final answer for this integral is going to be the natural log of the absolute value secant theta, which is the square root of x squared plus 25 divided by 5, plus tangent theta, which is x over 5, plus c. So this is one form of our final answer. It's perfectly fine to leave your solution in this form. We could also write this as the natural log. We can combine the fractions in in the absolute value, to have in the numerator x squared plus 25 plus x, all of this divided by 5, plus c. And we do have a property of logarithms that tells us that the natural log of a quotient, I'll write it here on the side, we know that the natural log of x over y is the same as the natural log of x minus the natural log of y. Both of these in absolute value, of course. So I'm going to apply that here and rewrite this as the natural log of absolute value square root x squared plus 25 plus x minus the natural log of 5. Here I don't need the absolute value because 5 is positive. And then plus c. And I can just combine, since natural log of 5 is a constant, I can just say, I'm just going to call that c. That's going to be my arbitrary constant. I'm going to include the negative log 5 there. And so another form that we could write our final answer would be the natural log of the square root, absolute value of the square root of x squared plus 25 plus x plus this arbitrary constant that absorbed the negative natural log 5. So there is another form for our final solution.